Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. I have one of my very good friends here who I know in real life. A lot of you don't know that, but Linda and I have been friends for, oh girl, I was counting. We're coming up on 15 years, by the way.
Holy cow. Oh my God.
Oh, it doesn't seem that long at all.
Oh my God.
Yes, yeah, it does not. I was like, how long have I? I'm like, no, I met her in 2011.
When mom died, had mom just died or was she dying?
Your mom?
Yeah. She died in 2000.
I think she had just died.
Okay.
I think she had just died. Yeah. Yeah, it's been that long, if you can believe it. So you guys, obviously, if you don't know,
And she's the reason I do YouTube because I came to your house to be on your YouTube show.
I do that. And we did a series of what?
Dead famous.
6 or 7 videos. We were just banging them out, banging them out, banging them out.
Yeah. Well,
And
you're
then
the one that handled it. And it would look like a lot of work. So when the guide said to me, you're going to do a YouTube channel, I immediately said no.
I know.
Because I thought, I don't want to do all that work.
I know, no, well, and I did. I was setting up cameras and lighting and all sorts of things. And yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. And then I remember putting our eyelashes on.
We put our
That
eyelid,
was,
we got all spruce. I didn't want to spruce up. That was so funny.
oh God, no, that was good times. You guys can still find those videos, by the way. They're years old, but they're up on YouTube and they're up at thirdeyechampagne.com. So in case you don't know, I'm Kirsten Langston. This is Linda Grindel, and we are psychic intuitives, and we are going to talk to you today about what's going on. So this is being recorded on Thursday the 19th. It will likely go up on Friday the 20th. We are talking about Trump and Iran and Israel and Iran. Linda, what do you think?
Um, I'm going to take a deep dive on it, but I don't see Trump wanting to do any of the bombing.
I
Somebody
don't see
says
him doing it.
he wants that award, peace award. He'll never get nothing.
No, I don't see him doing it. I don't see him doing it. I don't either. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. But I do. He likes the idea of being. You know this. He likes the idea of being
He's
the
the
big man.
focus,
Oh,
attention,
right.
everybody else. I'm the only one that knows.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that knows. But let me tell you, Putin has expressed his unhappiness. And he
Oh,
worries about insulting the master.
oh, I believe that. So let me
So
ask you
as
a
Kim
question.
Jong-un, he's called Jerusalem a Nazi, or the second German Nazi
Yeah,
state.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. Let me ask you this. Do you think that Netanyahu launched this strike against Iran because of the fact that he's on trial right now?
Oh yeah, he's always trying to take away. That guy is as evil as Putin.
I know.
And I believe it. I felt this and said it out loud. And then now they're coming back with stuff. He's got information on Trump from the Epstein stuff.
Yes, I completely agree. It does feel like he has him over a barrel, doesn't it? Yes.
Yes. And apparently the Israel has been running our Senate and Congress for some time. They got their little Israel flags on the door and they slide money to them all the time.
I've always found it interesting. I don't remember this, but several years back, Nancy Pelosi said, our first priority is Israel. And I'm going, okay, Nance, but you live here.
Yeah.
So, and why would you even say it out loud? Like, why, like,
She's Catholic.
is she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Staunch Catholic.
she came out and said our first priority is, it's some years back she said it and everybody was like, what the hell? I find it interesting that we are so involved in Israel's politics and all of that. I find it I don't understand it, quite frankly, and maybe I'm just
Well,
not.
Hillary Clinton said, way back when her husband was president, it didn't matter what agreement Netanyahu came to, or if he talked to, he was a yes man, but he still did whatever he wanted to
What he
do.
wanted.
He doesn't listen to anybody. So he did this with Iraq too. It's almost the same speech, different day.
Really?
Oh, they've got weapons of mass destruction. He's the one that talked all that trash. They never had nothing.
Really? I didn't know he
Yeah.
did the same thing with Iraq.
If
Oh,
you Google it, same thing, different day. He made
oh,
out Iraq like it was doing this and that. No, it wasn't. Just like he's doing with Israel. Israel would love to have a bomb. Let me tell you though, if not Israel, um,
Iran.
Iran. If Iran had a bomb, it would take out Israel right now. I'm telling you. That's why I know they don't have a bomb.
Oh, interesting.
But I will tell you that unfortunately, Iran is under this uh, Ayatollah horrible. They executed a woman because she fought back an assault. They executed her for that.
I mean, Iran is not known for their
And remember in the old days, back in the 70s and 80s, people, the women could wear their hair with no cover. They wore shorts, flip flops.
yeah,
They looked just like America.
yeah, yeah.
And then
True.
this guy went crazy. I knew a woman that was married to an Iranian man, and they would go back. This is back in the probably the beginning of the 90s. And she went back with her family to visit with the grandchildren, her children, to visit his family. And something happened with her scarf, whatever they call it, that it didn't quite cover her hair fully.
Uh,
And it was women that came upon her and started to beat her over it.
oh my
Her
Lord.
husband had a yanker in a cab and they got out of there.
Oh my Lord.
But this phobia, let me tell you, the United States, a lot of these repubes would love to do that to the women here.
Oh yeah, of course. They're
Oh,
already
God,
come
yeah.
on, they're already doing it. They just forced a dead woman to give birth to a baby. I mean, that's the woman in
And the
Georgia.
baby was born because she was already starting to rot.
Uh-huh.
And now the kid has water on the brain. It's not
Water
going to
on
work
the
well.
brain. It's 1 pound. And apparently the family is on the hook for all of the medical bills.
God.
They're already starting. They would love, of course they would love to do that, make us cover up and stay in the house and all of that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It,
Some guy just said women go to college so they can find themselves a husband.
oh God. Yeah, sure.
Hell to the no.
Sure. That's yeah, sure. Why not, buddy? That's why there's more women in college than men, and that's why more women graduate from college than men, and that's why there are more women in the workforce now than there ever have been. Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I so I went to the No Kings protest, by the way. I did.
Oh, yeah. How was it? In Benicia?
Yeah, it was great. There was a ton of people there, and everybody was honking support. There were four, so there's about, I don't know, 300 people where the park is. You know where the park is. There's about 300 people
Yeah.
on the corner of the street and signs, and everybody's, having a good time and music and free food. I mean, it was really nice. It was really nice, but lots of chanting. Across the street, there are four counter protesters. There are four Trump protesters across the
Are
street.
they at the VA center?
Yep. Yep. That's it. Only four of them. So a bunch of people from the No Kings protest went across the street and started protesting across the street and pretty much ran off the Trumpers. It was pretty cool. It was good. It was good. And everybody, we did it. We were supposed to do it from like, I don't know, I think 1 to 2:30 or something. And everybody dispersed it, when it was over and there were no police, no nothing. Everything was very chill.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was, and I tell you what, it felt good to be doing stuff. I mean, rather than, because I mean, you and I, we donate money, we're giving money, ACLU,
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood, all of that. But there was something about standing there with a bunch of people that just made me feel better about what's going on.
Well, let me tell you why I feel so good. Now, I couldn't do the march because it was my sister's graduation. She got a bachelor's
Oh, wow.
and she had a graduation party, and I had to bring a bunch of food and stuff. So I had to go from where I live to Marin County. But every overpass had people with the signs. I was honking. Anyway, the thing is, now they're saying how many million of people marched? 14?
Yeah, something like that. So I think it's something between 5 and 10 or something. They don't have an exact,
Oh, it's way more than that.
it's a ton.
They
It's a,
had those professionals look at that line in New York and the
I
line in San
know.
Francisco.
And LA
But
too.
what it does is it gives me hope.
Yeah.
to know there's more of us than there are of them.
Oh yeah.
You know, that shook him to his core. He acted like it was no big deal.
Right.
And then they're going to lie about how many people came to the parade.
Right. Well, and don't you think, as far as Iran goes, it's he doesn't want people talking about the No Kings protest anymore. So let me start talking
Oh,
about
yeah, I'm sure.
strike Iran. No, no,
That's
no.
how he does.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
likes to do squirrel.
Yeah, right.
Let
So
me
what
look
do
at
you think?
Iran real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think? Dude, we haven't done dueling cards in a while. Let's do dueling cards, see what we get.
Iran is hitting Israel hard with bombing, and so Israel, oh, they're pitching a fit because
I
they hit
know.
a hospital. How dare they? This is the same people that had no problem
Right.
wiping out innocent Gaza people with.
No, yep. Yeah, no, the
Do
hypocrisy.
you still have the same cards
Girl, you know I do.
since 2011?
No, those I had to retire because they were so busted. Because I used them so damn much. I had to retire those. And I think those are the ones I might have actually auctioned off when I was getting my website up and running.
It'll be a good outcome. There'll be
Agreed.
a lot of light. And listen, the Iranian intel is saying they have information on Trump
Oh, I
that
believe it.
will change things. So let's see.
I believe it. I will tell you that um Iran is not into this. Like Iran is not feeling this. They're not into it. They're like they don't want to do it. They didn't want to get into this. Iran is not interested. They're really not. They're like, just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. We don't want to fight. You know, we see the stress. We see the delay card here. Like, just let us do our thing, leave us alone. But I also see, it's really interesting. Whenever I read on the US, it's always Queen of Cups.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Iran is going, I don't want to fight Israel and the US. We don't want to do both. Like but they'll, I mean, they'll do it. Don't get me
Well,
wrong.
they've been running to Trump saying, we'll do a deal, we'll do a deal.
Yeah, I think I don't think I don't think we're gonna get anything crazy out of this.
But I see a lot of damage done to Israel.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so
Oh,
what
and
do you
Netanyahu was over there. Oh, they want Donald Trump dead. Hello, I think you're number one on their list now.
think? Right? Come on, bro.
Oh, well, everybody should be in an uproar because they, and unfortunately, the United States has no sympathy.
No.
Who? Oh, yeah, take him.
Right, right. No, that's fine. Take out the trash for us. So what do you think they have on Trump?
The Epstein stuff,
Think
the
it's us?
PP tapes.
Yeah.
Listen, Putin is pissed off enough that he might act like someone else took them and revealed them. Something's getting ready to come out. But you know, his people will still adore him.
Oh yeah, it's a cult.
But there's not that many people anymore. You guys don't lose faith. Just like when that flagpole went up and everybody's all, I said, don't worry, because that will be taken down. All the stuff he's doing, changing the names of army bases to go back to the Confederates, all that will be taken down.
It will. It will. It'll take time, but nobody's gonna let that stuff sit there. You know, come on,
Yeah.
give me a break. Nobody's gonna.
But I do see the Iranian people sort of coming up after they get a little bit of peace here, coming up, maybe even the Iranian army taking over the administration and getting the Ayatollah out. That's what I see.
Well, girl, I want to put cards on that. I want to see what I see.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so I mean, you're basically talking about a coup d'etat, I guess.
Well, I've said since all this terrible things were, remember they tried to march and they shot that young girl in the head?
Mhm.
I've been saying that the women will rise from underneath the ground.
Wow, look at
What do you
this.
see?
Whoa, holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, so here it is. Look at this. This is cool. So here's Iran. Here's the Iranian government. This is the card of government. Here's the card of Iran. Okay, there they are. Okay. And what are they doing? Well, girl, it does show the government changing right there, right there, and right there, and right there.
Yeah.
Cards say the same thing that you're seeing, but it does take a good hot minute.
Yeah, it takes, and also they did, Israel did kill a lot of the head honchos. But girlfriend, when do you see Netanyahu get? Because I've always felt he's going to exit stage left because he'll be forced to.
So what's interesting about him is he's been on trial for 5 friggin' years, and they keep taking big breaks. They're like, "Oh, we got to take a break," and it's like these 6 month breaks where the trial is just not happening. Um, I think this man will be convicted of crimes. I do not,
Against humanity.
yeah, I do not know. Well, this is his corruption trial that he's on right now.
Okay.
Remember back when Trump was in office, Bibi got indicted and it was this corruption trial, and then nothing happened. It's because they literally took 5 years to get this man on trial. So he's on trial for the corruption stuff he did back in the last Trump administration. So we're like going in the Wayback Machine. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be convicted of something in that corruption trial, but I don't know that that's enough for him to say, "Oh, and now I'll retire and disappear." I'm gonna put cards down.
Yeah, I kept seeing a bag over his head. So I'm wondering if they kidnapped him.
Oh,
But
interesting.
listen, he
Let's go up there.
he can't go a lot of places because they can take him in.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they will too. They will. I mean, what was it? The Hague? Who was it that issued
Hey,
the Hague, right? Oh, he's stressed about it. Look at that. He knows. He knows he's in trouble. He's carrying the burden. No, he knows he's in trouble. And look in the past. In the past, this man thought he was going to get away with everything. He could do no wrong.
yeah. And
Everything
he
was
lived
great.
like a king and
Uh-huh. And now he's stressed out. He is stressed out. Look at this, the defensive card as well. Look at all his cards. So Netanyahu definitely thinks that he's in big trouble. He does.
yeah.
He feels it. He absolutely feels it. Right now, all these cards are showing me is that this guy is going to do anything he can to not get caught, stay out of jail, stay away from being tried for international war crimes, blah, 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 blah. He'll do whatever he needs to do and go wherever he needs to go to get out of it. If that means he
I feel
disappears
like
himself,
I feel like the people of Israel are very upset with him.
have to be. But nobody, I'm sorry, very few people are like, "Yep, let's do it. Let's go to war. Let's do crazy shit." Nobody really wants that.
But they're very surprised about getting bombed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, Iran to me feels like, again, they're feeling very like, I mean, all right, if you want to play this game, we can play the game, Israel, but we didn't want to fight, but now you want to fight, let's fight.
Right.
I feel like Iran doesn't really want to step back and be like, "Oh, do whatever you want." No, 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 they'll fight.
Right.
They will
Yeah,
fight.
Iran will. Yeah, they'll definitely fight. But they hate Israel and they hate Trump.
Well, I mean, Trump hatred is
But
it's
I don't see them being able to touch Trump, probably because he's sitting in the US.
No, yeah, I don't think they touch him. No, I do not. Hey, let me ask you this. I have a question for you. Everybody's pictures that came out like last week, and it looked like you're a former nurse. It looked like he was wearing a catheter.
Oh, he's definitely wearing a
Yeah,
catheter.
right.
Yeah,
And
he's
why?
definitely, you could see the outline of the tubing.
And then he had it in the back. Did you see the picture where it was in the back of his legs? He had two things in the back of his legs.
Yeah, I don't know. Or could it be something that hold the bag where the catheter goes?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But why would, speaking as a nurse, why would someone be walking around wearing a catheter?
No ability to hold his urine.
And why would he do that as opposed to a diaper?
Maybe, well, he could have been breaking out in rashes from the diaper.
Oh, 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 oh.
It's
Yeah.
a condom calf, so it's easy to put on. But he's able to go amongst his business. You notice he's not standing up much for pictures
Uh-huh.
anymore
Uh-huh.
because of that
Uh-huh.
catheter. I don't think he can even get it up anymore.
Oh God, no. There's no way. I think he probably was, honestly, in the last term. I think he probably could, and now
It's not a zilch.
no, no, no. He doesn't look good.
Yeah, he was looking worse, and he keeps falling asleep, which is part of his old age thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he doesn't look good at all. What? Speaking of health stuff, what do you see about Biden's health?
Biden, I feel he's going to stand strong. He's going to fight this cancer. Remember when I said if Biden wins as president the second time, when he
Uh-huh.
was running the second time, he would only last 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know why I said that. Now I know
Uh-huh.
why.
Uh-huh.
Not that he's going to die,
No,
but that
he would
he
have
only
had
had
to
2 years.
step
Yeah.
back. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which means we would have had Kamala Harris as a president.
Yeah.
If only Pelosi and George Clooney had kept their damn mouths shut. Because I think Biden would have won. I know that my cards, my guides, everything told me if that man ran in 24, he was gonna win.
But the thing is, the sad part is, they are more willing to vote for an old man than they are a woman,
Yeah,
a black woman.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A woman, let alone a black woman. I mean, forget it. Like that's two strikes. Yeah, no, they that the funny, I actually saw this is wild to me. So I have a new website. I have a new website up and it's called allthepredictions.com and it's every prediction I've ever publicly made since 2017. They're just
Wow, that was a lot of work.
it was so much work, Linda. Oh my, I did it myself. I did it myself. It was so much work. But I actually saw Biden's illness in 2022.
I wouldn't doubt. I said he was the only last 2 years.
I didn't know what I was looking at, but I'm looking at and I'm going, he's got all black in him. He's got all black in him. And I didn't know what it was, but I said, oh, this guy's sick. This guy's sick. And it ended up being cancer.
Anything you saw on Trump?
I didn't no, he's not well. I don't see black in him. Because usually that if I see black or brown in somebody, I'm like, oh boy, you've got a big problem. But I know he's not well, but for me it's more of a like a fading energy than it is so it would be some kind of a sort of a wasting illness than it
Okay.
would be like something that's packing a punch like cancer.
Possibly he's losing his damn mind.
Oh my God.
He looks
He's worse
terrible.
than he ever was.
So I've been telling people, and I don't know, I need to look what I said years back. Did Trump just hand the presidency to Gavin Newsom?
I wonder about that. I've been looking at Newsom. He's got good presidential vibes. Because I've been looking at him for years now, and it's always kind of wishy-washy. Like he's not just
Well,
gonna
he's a Libra.
yeah, it's always kind of like it's not just gonna land in his lap. Like if Newsom wants it, I think a lot of work like a lot of work more than usual has to go into it because it's not just gonna land in his lap. But I do think he's got a very, very good chance. The only thing that
The
gives me
one good thing about him is he fights Trump. That's what people want. They
and they
want
want it.
someone that'll snap back at him.
Yep, they love
And
it.
he's the one that was the first one to allow gay marriages in
Oh
San
yeah.
Francisco.
Oh yeah.
But I just got my State Farm for my car. It went up $40 a month. My home insurance has gone up because they keep telling the insurance companies, yeah, go ahead.
I know they not only that, but I listen. I talk a lot on my show about Gavin Newsom and how he's definitely a smarmy politician, but also super duper hot. But I hate him for basically just letting PG&E do whatever they want.
Oh, I know. They
He's just
cost
like,
all that
sure,
stuff, but we gotta pay for it.
we pay for it. It irritates me. It irritates me. I think Newsom has a pretty good chance of becoming president. Like probably I'd say at this point 65%. Like I think
Yeah, and listen, he's the one that handed the golden shallot to Trump's the one that handed it to him
oh
because
yeah,
he fought back just as good as he got.
he did, and people want it and people like it. The only issue, honestly, when we're never going to win, we're never going to win over Trumpers. They're never going to vote for anybody but
But
Donald
there's
Trump.
less and less Trumpers as
There
we go.
is. There is, but it's people are they have trained the Republicans for years have trained everybody to dislike Hillary Clinton and dislike Gavin Newsom on principle. And that's the only thing that gives me pause about Newsom actually getting the presidency, is that it's the same thing. It's the Hillary effect. They're trained to hate Californians. You know, when I was in Idaho, they said, don't tell people where you're from. They'll spit in your food. They'll kick you out of restaurants. That they hate Californians. I've had family members go up there, and because they have a 415 or a 707 area code, people won't answer their phone calls. It's weird. It's really, really weird. And when I was in Alabama visiting my friend, she said, don't tell anybody you're from California. They hate us. Because she's from here originally. She said, don't tell them. They hate us. They think we're awful. And she said people that she met out there would say, oh, and you do a bunch of drugs, and you guys are all a bunch of hippies. They have these bizarre ideas. And this is no
Yeah.
shade. I know a lot of people watch us in all of these places that I'm mentioning. It's no shade on that. But that's anecdotally, I have come across people that literally tell me these things. Don't say you're from California, because they hate us. And that's the only thing that gives me pause about Gavin, is I wonder if he would have a Hillary effect, where people were just hating her because, oh, it's Hillary Clinton, she's bad. And I think they do the same with Newsom.
Yeah.
That's
But
my
he's a white male.
But he is a white male. He's good looking.
And there's a lot of maggots that are coming jumping off that bus.
That's true. No, he's got a pretty good shot. I think with quite a bit of effort, he could do it. I
Yeah.
do. I
But
do.
it'll be Trump that got him in there. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah,
you right now. They
percent.
just
Okay,
love the
before
fact that
we
he won't
go,
put up.
because we're gonna go, Linda and I can't stay on forever as much as we want to. Um, Tell me, what do you see about Trump? I know Senator Alex Padilla basically said in his last speech, he's the senator, if you guys don't know, he's the senator that got,
He looks like my Uncle Joe.
does he? King is back there barking. I don't know if you can hear him. He got manhandled last week by a bunch of people, thrown to the ground, handcuffed, the whole deal. He just gave a speech a couple of days ago and basically said California is a test case for what they're going to try to do to the rest of the country. So my question to you, Miss Linda, pretty much the best psychic I know. Um, do you think they're going to deploy the military across the US, just like they did in California?
No, I think that lawsuit's gonna say, no, you can't have this National Guard. Even if it goes to Supreme Court.
You do.
Remember the judge said, no, you can't have them, and then they took it to the
They appealed it.
Ninth District.
Yep.
That they will come back and say, no, you can't. And then they'll take it to the Supreme Court. And I see the Supreme Court because it's state versus federal, and therefore state laws. Because
Yeah.
just like with the Roe versus Wade, the state has the right to determine yes or no.
Yep.
That's what I see them saying.
I 100% completely agree with you. I don't
Yeah.
see it happening across the country. But he might try it again, just because, oh well, too bad, so sad. I'm just going to do it because I feel like it.
Well, these guys, they're coming in with masks and guns, and the thing is, they don't identify themselves. You're going to get people disappearing, and they're nothing to do with ICE.
Yep.
And how about that guy that went to the door and shot those people? So this whole, I can come up to you and arrest you. They're already having cases where women have been assaulted, taken in, thinking they're with ICE. They're going to have to identify themselves.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, even yesterday, the guy running, not yesterday, maybe it was the day before, but the guy running for mayor in New York and didn't identify themselves. They just came in, grabbed the guy, masked up. Nobody knows where they took him. Nobody knows where he went. I mean, that's nuts.
It's something's wrong with this picture. And it's about money. They want to act like that's why they'll even take US citizens, because they get so many thousands per person.
They do.
But they're running out of money. Hey, Christy Nome, why is she still in the hospital?
Is she? Oh,
yes.
Reaction, quote unquote.
She didn't have a reaction.
No.
I think she might have had a breakdown.
I feel I completely agree. But it also feels like something physical that I think that they mislabeled as an allergic reaction.
Something with the Botox or the
Something. I don't even, it could have just even been like a panic attack or heart thing, and they were like, "Oh, you're allergic." I don't think it was. I don't. It doesn't feel to me like she went into anaphylactic. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, well, she got demoted, not announced formally, but Miller's handling that whole area. She's just the face.
Really? Speaking of her face, have you seen the before pictures of Christy Nome? Because I had no idea how much work she'd had done.
Yeah, I saw it.
I had no idea. I had no clue. She had quite, I mean, it's fine, you know, women do what you want, but I really had no idea that she had had that much done.
Yeah, but all, I had work done too, so I can't complain.
Oh, as have I. No, no. I I was not prepared
Jesus,
for the
can she
before
be
pictures.
really at the threshold of a,
She got the tower over here too.
what the heck?
She's got the tower over here too. Whatever this is, she seems to recover because her outcome cards are pretty sturdy.
Yeah,
But it's this whatever happened, it was not planned. It was not expected, and she
it's changing her life, which means she might change her diet or
uh-huh. And she's viewed it as a disaster. I mean, she whatever this
ship her
was,
out.
yeah, it scared the shit out of her.
It could even been something that the Trump administration scared her, and then she's reacting physically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do feel like she had some kind of physical reaction, but it may have not been technically an allergic reaction. But you know, also too, though, when you're real stressed out, it can pop an alert like a minor allergic reaction, way, you know, crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, the stress can affect it. Yeah, she's interesting. She's an interesting piece of work. She is. She
But I
seems
mean, there was a gal that saw her park on her street, and she said she had all kinds of people covering her, which we pay for,
uh-huh.
and a whole makeup team.
Yeah.
She gets her makeup done, her hair, and they're right there, and we're paying for that.
Yep. Yep. 100%.
Could you
100%.
imagine Janet Reno with a makeup team?
Good God, no, I actually couldn't. No. Well, and the thing too, you know, I don't know how you feel when you look at Christy, but when I look at her, it feels like there's no one home. Like
Blank.
she's just kind of soulless. Like there's just it's like it's
Yeah.
demonic. It's like demonic.
Well, expressed, she wrote that book and talked about killing that puppy, like all of us would go, I don't blame you.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. That's how clueless she is. Yeah, no,
And
she's
everybody was upset.
well, how could you not be? How stupid do you have to be to put it in a book? I mean, come on, lady.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just insane. Oh, I'm a puppy. Even Trumper, no Trumper, not even a Trumper wants you to be a puppy killer. Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants that. So have you taken a look? See, I need to look back on your videos. Elon Musk.
I have read extensively on Elon.
Okay, because I don't feel good about him.
I've never felt good about him. Like years upon years ago, I was reading on him and I was like, I don't like this guy. I just even before he got into the Trumpy stuff, like early videos. When you and I were still doing collabs, I was reading on Musk and I've never liked him. I do think he's coming up on some kind of a health issue or a health problem.
Yeah.
I
And
do.
I do think he might release something behind closed doors. He's sneaky
Is.
and he's a liar too, just like Trump.
Yeah, he is. Well, and you read all that stuff about how he treats his kids and his baby mamas, and he's not a good guy.
He's not a good guy.
Not a good guy. But I do think he doesn't really want to be involved with the Trump stuff anymore.
Yeah, but he really fears that the budget. Speaking of what's next question, what about the budget?
Oh, the big beautiful bill?
Yeah, there's a lot of troubles coming up with that.
I know. I know. I mean, people don't want to hear it, but they're going to pass it. This will pass. It will pass. There's no way it's
It's
not.
a little chopped up, but they're going to pass it. But you know what? They're handing in their resignations.
Oh, they are. And I think they're so into the MAGA cult, either they don't realize they're handing in their resignations or they don't care that they would rather sacrifice
There's
themselves to the cult.
Congress people and senators that said you should hear the crying and the screaming. They really don't want to pass this.
But they will.
And you start cutting off the elderly and the vets and stuff. Oh yeah, you're going down. See,
Oh,
my fear is veterans, because veterans, where's, when you take away from them like that, where's their motivation not to do something?
Oh yeah.
They will think of ways, because they just arrested some guy that was planning on assassinating Trump. They found out before it happened, but I'm seeing all kinds of people coming forward.
Yeah, I have a lot of, I know a lot of people that work at the VA, and
Okay.
and already with the Doge cuts, these people are, I mean, they're besides themselves. They don't know what to do. They're absolutely beside themselves. They're losing staff left and right. They can't adequately take care of the veterans as it is now that Doge has gone through. So if they cut more stuff out of this bill, I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. It'll be a nightmare.
Cutting the health and also cutting their checks.
Yeah.
So what do I have to lose is what I keep hearing. Some man is saying that. Like he's rounding up and locking up, and he's saying, what do I have to lose? These SOBs need to learn a lesson.
Yeah. It's a Luigi,
Yeah.
which I hate calling it that because that man is innocent until proven guilty. I hate it when people say everybody's assuming this guy is guilty. People don't like me to read on him because they think he's, a lot of people think he's guilty. And oh, you can't glorify what he did. We don't know that he did it. In this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. I'm sorry, period.
Yeah.
Period. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know much about that case,
You
but a
don't.
lot of people like him, and he got all kinds of money, right?
Yeah, and he gave it away. He gave it away to other prisoners for their legal fights. Yeah. He said, I don't need the money.
Wow.
Thank you for sending the money. I don't need the money. He's from money. This kid is from money. He's got a wealthy family. And he's gorgeous also, which that'll sway me. You can be a serial killer and I'll be like, well, if you're good looking.
Oh,
You're good looking, we can chat.
we can deal with it. Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up, you guys. Linda, as always, thank you so much for coming on my show. I really appreciate it. And you guys, I'm gonna do a thing. Just don't mind me. Publicly, I just want to say that Linda has helped me immensely over many, many years. When her channel took off, she always very generously offers to have me on her show and comes on mine, and it helps immensely. You guys,
Oh,
I've been having trouble with YouTube for, oh geez, a solid decade now, pretty much.
right.
But you know, it really has helped me immensely be seen and kind of gets me around that shadow ban that YouTube's got going on for me.
Well, you're the one that started me, girlfriend. I owe you. But
I
my
I
biggest thing was when you got sick. That was
oh,
scary as you know what.
you saved my ass. Everybody else in my family, we were all just thinking about my health and how to get me out of the hospital. Linda was the only one that said, "You're not gonna be able to work," and you raised money for me, and you saved my ass financially.
Oh,
I
good.
mean, nobody was thinking of it but you.
But
No,
all the other people, look at the generosity from all these people that donated.
I know. No,
And I'm sure you were touched by that
I
because,
I was deeply humbled and I mean, honestly, the amount of gratitude I felt, it was it honestly it just felt like relief because I
right.
knew that I, no matter what health problems I would have going forward and no matter how weak I was for however long it took to recover, I was taken care of by you guys, like you and everybody else.
That was so great. And you know, she's a Scorpio.
I am.
Scorpios don't forget.
We do not.
If I fucked around with you, you would have remembered. But Scorpios do not forget.
We do not. And my dad, unfortunately it was to my ex-husband but my dad used to tell everybody Kirsten is the most loyal person I know.
Mm.
And it's true. It's true. I will defend you till my dying day.
I know, but I know so many Scorpio women that end up in good relationships that are no good for them, and they will hang out there till the last dying
Yep,
blow.
yep, yep. That's what
They
I did.
they they're like that. They're very loyal.
Yep. Yep, that's the mistake I made, which I won't be making again in the future. So anyway, I just wanted to do a big public thank you for Linda.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know
Thank you for being you.
I
If I
really,
really need a reading, which I don't really need readings anymore, you're one of the ones I go to, as you well know.
you're the only one I go to.
Yeah.
I know, girl, we need to talk about my love life. Okay, y'all, we're not going to talk about my love life on camera. Linda and I are going to go. Thank you guys so much. You
Are
can
you
find,
guys?
in case you don't know, you can find Linda at, oh my God, Linda G, the
Linda G.
Comanche Psychic.
Comanche Psychic.
Linda G, the Comanche Psychic. I'm
I'm
Kirsten
not doing personal readings
is
anymore.
not doing personal readings, but I am, and I am open for September. So if you want to get in, please do so. And I'll put the link in the box, and you can find me everywhere. And you guys, we love you. You're amazing. We
Thank you,
would
you
not be
guys.
here without you guys. So
Definitely wouldn't be there.
would not.
Thank you, you guys.
Thanks, guys, and goodbye.